2019 Toyota RAV4 with a 2.5 liter engine. We have the code P268115. This is for the engine coolant bypass valve. A very common problem on these Toyotas, also Toyota Corollas and some other Toyotas too. We're gonna go ahead and replace it. In this case, no diagnosis or anything like that because the owner of the vehicle already has bought the valve and she wants me to install it. That's it. And now in this case, we have the message in the instrument cluster, engine maintenance required. So do not get confused between engine maintenance required and oil maintenance required. So we're gonna go ahead and install it. And I have the code here in my scanner, P268115, engine coolant bypass valve, circuit short to battery in this case. To protect the paint of the truck, I have put some clothing, rags, plastic bags right there because I'm gonna be standing here in this area. First of all, let's take a quick look at the valve right there. It's that one with the hose on top, with the one with the white clip. And removing this clip is very easy. I'm just gonna use something that is very pointy. In this case, a small hook. Place it between the clip and the hose and pry out the clip and it comes out very easily. I'm gonna remove the electrical connector. Just press on the tab and pull it out. And please do not remove the hose before having a bucket on the floor because some antifreeze is gonna come out. Once you have removed the clip, just pull up the hose and it comes right out. And any hose that is kind of on the way, I just tie them with a piece of rope together, and at the same time the camera will have a better visibility later. And now I'm gonna remove the 12mm bolt, the one for the hose here on this side, the one with the green clip, as you see right there. Now don't remove this hose, only unbolt it from the bottom, and then you put it aside with a piece of rope or something. And now I'm gonna get this hose out of the way here with a piece of rope. Put the hose out of the way already. Another 12mm bolt here for the bypass valve. And now I can move the valve because I have unbolted already. And to remove the hose from the bypass valve, what I do is I get a small flathead screwdriver and I insert the tip of the screwdriver between the tube of the valve and the hose. And I go all the way around like that with the tip inserted, so that way I can loosen it and then I can pull out the valve out of the hose. And that is because this hose really gets stuck on this valve. And here is why it's very hard to pull out the hose out of this valve, is because of the design of the tube here. See these threads like this? And here is the new bypass valve. This is from AutoZone aftermarket, not from the dealer, but it looks exactly the same as the old one, so I'm gonna go ahead and install it. And I don't have any information on this one because they gave it to me like that. There is a box where it came, but it doesn't have too much information, so I don't have a part number in this case. And that's the hose right there where you see the antifreeze where I'm gonna be inserting it, so I'm gonna do it right now. And this bypass valve goes exactly in this position like this with the electrical connector facing up. And I'm gonna bolt it again 12mm bolt. Alright, as you can see, it has been already bolted. Next, I'm gonna be bolting the other hose, again 12mm bolt. This bolt goes here. This is the hose with a green clip. You just push it down, that's it, until you hear the click, and then you lock it here. Alright, the engine up and running here, and there is no air bubbles in the cooling system. I'm gonna proceed to put the radiator cap here, and no any freeze needed in this case. Why is that? Because when I opened the valve there, I did not take out any other hoses, and that's all I do. So like 1 or 2, maybe 3 ounces of antifreeze came out. That was all. And before getting this done, make sure you wait at least 40 minutes to make sure the thermostat opens and there are no cooling leaks on the floor. Make sure the cooling level is good also on the reservoir. So in this case, everything is good here. Last thing I do is I check the level of the antifreeze on the reservoir, and the level is good. Alright, the message in the instrument cluster disappeared already, it went away and it didn't come back anymore, which is good only by replacing this component, because I did not diagnose the issue in this case. So I'm glad for the owner of the vehicle that she doesn't have this issue anymore. And thank you so much for watching this video, and please stay blessed.